Good morning. This video is going to be finishing off the galley, and although we've got the bulk of it done, it's now all the detail, and that's probably going to take just as long as doing all the rest of it. But it's nice bits and pieces, you know, putting up the grids on the wall and the shelving and so on. Anyway, we've got a chap in a boat near us who's always giving us random bits and pieces, and he gave us this thing. I don't know, what do you call these? I don't know. Thing. It's not a leg, but a support, a column, and it actually just fits the end of our worktop run here. So I decided to paint it up and make it look a bit of fun. And I've just used some of the colours that I've used on the boat, but I've done a sort of ombre effect so that it flows up. So that'll be a bit of fun on the end of the counter here. And that's what I'm finishing off today. Henry's doing the curved doors, which are coming along really well. They're going to look fantastic, and I'll show you a collage of how we put those together during the video as well. And then for the rest of this week, I'm going to be putting up stuff on the walls, finishing shelves, and other bits and pieces like that. How's the door going?
It's going very well actually. Yeah, I'm inventing it as I go, obviously. But let's have a quick look. There you go.
It's nice.
And solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's kind of just coming up to being finished off actually. This is the back, that's the top, just needs trimming up a bit, and then that one's going to be finished.
Excellent, I'll get some paint on it then.
Yeah.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
Saturday morning, and I'm just about to open my kiln and see if the first of my tiles for the kitchen have biscuit fired okay. Good, there's nothing exploded in there, so that's good. I'll get out my little bits and pieces on top. These are the two little pieces I've made to go on the shelves in the galley, and the first of the tiles are all down there and not too warped, which is great. Homemade tiles have got a habit of being quite wonky. You have to put a good bed of cement. Right, I better start unloading. Well, these are the tiles safely out of the bisque firing, and now I'm going to put on a thin coat of a translucent blue glaze. So the tiles themselves are lime green, but with a blue glaze over the top, and it won't be an even layer because of all the dips and recesses in the tile, so that should give it an interesting effect. And then on top of that, I've got this glass which I've cut up this morning, and I'm going to just sprinkle a couple of bits on each tile, and what will happen is that it will melt, and then you'll get a little pool of colour where the piece of glass was. So I'm not going to overdo it, just a couple on each piece, and we'll see what they look like. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day glazing these up, put them in the kiln, and hopefully I'll be able to get them out Monday morning and take them down to the boat and see what they look like. One of the big jobs this week was to cut the hatches out in the kitchen. We had to be careful with the multi-tool to make sure it didn't hit the ballast underneath. But we got through it okay, and one of the good things is to see that the boat builders have painted all the bilges, so they're really good under there. So we'll take this lot out and I'll get in there with some bilge paint, and then we can use these as our underfloor cold storage. So now we just need to cut the bamboo to go on top of the hatches. Okay, so that's the bamboo cut for the first hatch. That all fits nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, considering there's been a huge gap there for months.
So we've just got to sink a handle into that to pull it up then and hinge it with butterfly hinges, you said?
Probably, yeah, it needs, what it wants is some hinges that are going to sit flat on the floor.
Right.
Well, they're going to need to be, like, you don't want to keep catching your feet on the view as you're walking up and down.
Because you can guarantee I will.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Right, so we'll get the side and the bar across cut, and then I can cut the other ones. Coffee first.
Yeah, I'm thinking about using the offcuts actually in the same direction as these.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, I think so, because they all, I mean, they're only going to link together on the seam, but it will make them more secure.
Yeah.
And I've got another little plan as well.
While Henry measures up the bamboo in the kitchen, I've been putting some rope around our portholes in the bathroom. So we decided to do this instead of having porthole liners, because we've got some rope in the corners there as well. I just thought it was quite a nice idea. So I've drilled holes around the wall there, and we've put them on with tiny cable ties, pulled them really tight, and then Henry's got some whipping cord, so all of these ends will be tied up with whipping cord, and then we'll pop the two ends each into a copper fitting, so they'll have a little copper tube on the end of them, which will be quite neat. I quite like this idea. We haven't seen anyone else use rope as porthole liners, and it, I don't know, it just seemed to fit. And we're now not making porthole liners, and sitting in front of the fire of an evening, I've been knitting some cushions for the boat as well. So you know we're getting towards the end when the soft furnishings come in. So these ones are for the dinette, and then there's going to be some of these for the sofa. Now I've got the tiles down at the boat, and this is what they will look like once they're all cemented up on the walls. It introduces some blue into the colour scheme. When you make handmade tiles, they're a lot wonkier than the ones you buy, so you have to allow a slightly bigger gap for the grout and a slightly deeper bed to put them in to even it all up. I'm looking for a blue grout, I think, to go in between them, which is really tricky to find. B&Q have got some coloured grouts, as long as you like beige or grey, and bizarrely glitter. There seem to be glitter grouts. I mean, where would you use glitter grout? Well, I'm off home now. Put some more tiles in the kiln. The rest of the kitchen is getting there. All the doors are in with these rather funky handles, and the worktop's all in. curved doors are all finished, and I'm going for copper fittings, so they're all up on the wall so far. I wanted some rails to go in these spaces, and most of them are too long, but I found these copper handles in B&Q, and they will make really nice rails. Be able to get a hanging basket on each of those. So that's it for this week. I'll show you the finished kitchen next week because it will definitely be finished by then. That's all for now. See you soon. Thank you. Bye.